Listen. You smell something?
On to your butts.
The battle of wits has begun.
Take your stinking paws off me,
finds a way.
damn dirty ape!
Hello there.
This is Sparta!
You're a wizard.
Yes, they deserve this. I hope they burn in hell.
Take a big step back and literally
Fuck your own face.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Beetlejuice.
You ever dance with the devil in the bed?
I'm your huckleberry.
Beetlejuice.
Thinking what I'm thinking about.
Hallelujah.
Aim for the bushes.
Holy shit.
That doesn't make sense.
Where's the
I
Tylenol?
believe the common denominator of the universe is not harmony, but chaos, hostility, and murder.
How about now?
Hey.
It helps if I turn the microphone on.
You might want to turn your microphone on next time.
Turning the microphone on makes you be able to talk.
Indeed. Indeed. When you turn your microphone on, then your microphone is on.
All right. All right.
All right. So I hope everyone had a happy and Merry Christmas.
Yes, except
We
for
are-
most of the people around the U.S. who are experiencing exploding pipes and
Freezing their buttholes off.
yes.
Hence why I am in a hoodie. And you are also in a hoodie.
In Tampa, Florida, it was like 29 fucking degrees.
Whew. It's not that cold right now. It was that cold on Friday and Saturday.
Yes.
And I
Very
had
cold.
to work in that weather.
At the Xbox hoodie?
Yeah, it's the Xbox hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's the day after Christmas, and we are recording this episode of the Pop Culture Kick.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Yes, we are. It is the last one for the year.
Season finale.
Keith is stuck doing overtime. I was on
Keith-
work doing overtime today, too.
Keith is doing the overtimes.
We got the all hands on deck. Anyone who could get on the phones get, because people were like on hold for like an hour or two, like waiting. Because today's a holiday, like everyone's off today. So they're like, we need people to like log in.
Yeah.
But I mean, everywhere, dude. The whole country's like like everyone's pipes are exploding right now. I had them in Austin, Texas, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, Tennessee, like everywhere.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep.
It's that Siberian
Don't
wind.
surprise me. Don't surprise me at all. Fortunately, knock on wood, all of my pipes are good to go. Any of like the external pipes I had already kind of insulated,
Nice.
and yeah, so
So
fared pretty well. Hopefully, it doesn't get this bad come the new year, but you never know.
yeah, I think Friday, the day we fly out to San Antonio, it's supposed to be like 78 degrees.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, Mother
the rest of
Nature.
this week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like,
the rest of this week is supposed to be nice and warm.
Mother Nature, you're like really trying to give people the flu this year, aren't you? Get people sick
Right.
with all this like fluctuating temperatures. Breed that bacteria. I've got 22 comic books back from CGC that I'm ready to unbox.
Damn.
I figure it's our last show. You know, there's new stuff out there, but I'm not too worried about that. I kind of want to recap the year. You know, what's your favorite? You know, do you have a favorite song, favorite album, favorite movie that came out this year? You know, stuff like that. Let's just kind of do a recap.
Well, I have a favorite fucking longtime Hollywood producer who got a fucking guilty verdict on a lot of, or partially guilty of a lot of sex crimes.
Oh
On December
my.
19th, Harvey Weinstein got handed a lot of guilty verdicts for, a few different crimes. There were some not guilties. There's some that the juries were hung on. But with the guilty verdicts that he has been handed, he's going to be in prison for a really long fucking time.
Well, he's old too, so he probably ain't getting out of prison. He's got all the money in the world, and he still can't get out of there.
Well, you never know because look at what happened.
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby, right? They let him out of prison early because he's an old man. So that can only happen with celebrities and rich, influential fucking people and producers because you don't see that for any like normal fucking citizens.
No.
They will, regular citizens will tend to just fucking die in prison and then be buried somewhere on the prison grounds.
Bad PR to let your celebrities die in prison.
Yeah. So Harvey Weinstein most likely going to be going to prison for a very long time.
I mean, Weinstein's got his hand in so many good movies too, which is crazy.
Oh yeah.
A lot. Just a lot of shit behind them.
And a lot of big directors and all that stuff that the Weinstein brothers worked with. Quentin Tarantino being one of the big ones.
There's a bunch of them that love those guys, because they made their careers with their stuff. So I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate that someone of power, takes advantage and uses it, but that's what happens with power. Unfortunately. You get to the top, you got nothing left to do but abuse it, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a problem in Hollywood, where you have like these very influential producers that are essentially the gatekeepers to any kind of roles, any kind of stardom for a lot of actors that want to come up in that industry. Unfortunately, what Weinstein did and what other producer company heads did is not something new.
No.
It was a well-established
been going on since
dirty
dawn
little
of movies
in Hollywood. Yeah. This type of stuff went on for decades before finally, actors started coming out and talking about it in the public. Everybody knew this stuff happened in Hollywood.
This is what Corey Feldman's been trying to get people to listen to for 30 years.
Corey Feldman.
And nobody would listen to him. They'd interview him.
Love.
Yeah. Like it'd go nowhere.
Love, like fucking, like everybody. Okay, so,
Marilyn Monroe talked about it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this ain't something in the 2000s new. This is like all the way back.
No, this goes all the way back to like The Wizard of Oz and Judy Garland.
Yeah. Hey, you did favors to get the roles sometimes.
Yeah. Well, not just that, but also just the way that child actors, specifically like Judy Garland and Corey Feldman and a lot of other child actors were treated by crew and producers while they were on set. It was pretty fucking disgusting.
Well, hell, you had like Corey Feldman saying that when he was like 13, 14, he had like 40-year-old women like throwing themselves at him and shit. Like, he knew not what to do with any of that power that he had. I mean, Drew Barrymore almost went down that road. She got real crazy in her teens in the 80s. Remember that?
Well, and that's the thing. That's the thing. People are so quick to call these people crazy, Drew Barrymore, Courtney Love. Courtney Love probably is a little crazy.
Courtney Love is a little crazy. But,
a lot of heroin. But at the same time, just because she's crazy doesn't mean that the things that she's saying are not true.
Exactly.
And that's where people kind of have to, people have to understand is, maybe that guy out there on the soapbox saying that the end is nigh is crazy and all this stuff, but there are some points that you can take away from what that person is saying,
Yep. So,
yeah, that was, so Harvey Weinstein going to prison for a really long fucking time.
Merry Christmas, Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean,
so yeah, favorites.
yeah. Well, here, I got 2 boxes, so let me do 1 box, and then we'll talk, and then we'll do another box after, or we can talk as we go through them.
But yeah, I mean, we can talk about the stuff as we look
Tell me
at
if
the new comic books.
is this backwards to you?
Nope.
All right. So
8 billion genies.
yep. So this is a 8 billion genies. This is a homage cover. It's a new book that just got optioned. I haven't read it yet, but I got it because, I mean, look at that. The dude, like a big old biker with a big beard and shit, like riding a motorcycle. It just looked cool.
And there's like a ghost
It's a genie.
on there or something. What was that? It was okay, a genie.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's like the little genie.
Okay.
So I haven't read the story yet. It's Image
It doesn't
Comics.
look like Will Smith, so I didn't know that it was a genie.
It's Image Comics. The genie's like wearing like a suit and tie. I don't know much about it yet. I've got the digital versions of it. I grabbed it and sent it off. I was like, you know what, that looks like it's gonna be a cool book. And then it got optioned while it was sitting out in CGC, so that's a plus. That makes the value go up a little bit.
Nice.
You don't really go out to the movies too often to see like brand new stuff too much until it comes to streaming, right?
Yeah, no, like Avatar was like the last movie that I had seen in theaters probably for like the past 2 years.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, because you still haven't seen Snyder Cut. You still haven't seen the Batman,
No.
right?
But I mean, that's all on HBO.
HBO,
So, I mean,
yeah.
I can catch up on that at some point when I do have time.
Yeah, they do have the Snyder Cut broken up, I think, into 4-hour-long episodes too. So that way you can you can chapter them out. You haven't watched The Batman yet, have you?
I have not.
Okay. That's my top pick for this year. The Batman. It just he's what, the 5th on-screen Batman, right? You got Adam West, Keaton, Kilmer, Clooney, Bale. Oh no.
There was
Affleck.
Oh, yeah,
and then
Affleck.
he's the 7th iteration of on-screen Batman, like major like in-theater Batmans.
Yeah.
It's still probably like my favorite. I mean, his version of Batman, I think is like the best, man. It's straight up detective comics,
right.
like
that's what you told. I mean, that's what you told me in the in the but you've been telling me the whole time. It's detective comics. It's it's detective Batman.
It's the true roots of Batman. The world's greatest detective. Because I like the Christian Bale movies. I like, but I like the Christian Bale ones, the Christopher Nolan series. I liked the villains. I didn't like Christian Bale's Batman. I didn't like his voice. I didn't like his I couldn't understand half the stuff he was saying, and and his little wispy upper lip, and it didn't feel Batman-y to me. Ben Affleck was up there. His Batman was good, but his Bruce Wayne, you didn't really get to see a lot of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Val Kilmer had that really cool, troubled, billionaire playboy feel to him.
Yeah, Val Kilmer's Batman, or not really his Batman, but his Bruce Wayne was really super interesting.
Yeah, I liked his Bruce Wayne. Michael Keaton had a good mix, especially in the '89. He had a really good,
Michael Keaton was perfect.
Yeah.
For the Tim Burton Batman movies.
And that's the thing. Those are Tim Burton movies with Batman in them, right? Yeah. So his versions of Batman, I even consider them on a whole different level. Like, I don't even really, those don't compete when it comes to the other Batman movies.
Yeah.
And I would put Robert Pattinson's kind of up there on that pedestal with the Keaton ones, just because it did so good, man. Such a cool movie.
Fair enough.
And I'm excited for more. So that's my top pick of, kind of like a superhero-y movie. What'd you watch this year that you were real big on?
Shit. I mean, obviously Avatar. We did the whole episode last week on that. Probably gonna be my number one for this year.
Amazing movie.
Shit, man. Really, it was mainly the series that really impressed me a lot. One of my favorite ones, obviously, was the Terminal List.
Oh,
Still,
fuck yeah, dude.
fucking
Legit.
God damn, dude. I mean, shit did not hold any punches at all. It was, I mean, I continue to sing its praises. I continue to talk about it with people, but I have to give them the caveat. I'm like, yeah, if you're adverse to fucking simulated violence and just, hardcore shit, like, it may not be for you, because it does not pull any punches. Great story overall. Fucking fantastic fucking cinematography.
And it's Chris Pratt like you haven't seen him before.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't have that
Chris
frat
Pratt
boy.
doing a more dramatic role.
Yeah.
Doing a more serious role and actually doing really, really well at it. And
Exactly.
the showrunners picked, a fantastic director with Anthony Fuqua and his whole, gritty visual tone and
did he do the whole series?
And the tone of the story too. I know he did the
first, right?
He did the first episode, and I think he did the last episode as well. So I mean, normally the first episode, your pilot or whatever, is what's going to set the benchmark for like a visual tone and a storytelling tone and all that stuff. So regardless of whether he directed the episode or not, his tone, his mark, and all that stuff was already made over the whole series.
Yeah, I wouldn't even doubt he probably even oversaw a lot of the series.
Yeah, he probably helped continue producing the other episodes.
I mean, I agree.
So, yeah, I mean, the Terminal List, fucking great. I mean, holy shit.
I'm right there with you, man. So check this out. CGC doesn't just do comic books and cards and coins. They now do video games.
No shit.
So I sent this. I went to Best.
What the fuck? Like, how the hell do you get that graded? What the fuck, dude?
They go based off of how good the case is. It's all sealed. But so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna check this out. CGC says they do grading of video games now. So I went to Best Buy, and they had The Legend of Zelda on sale.
I mean, that's not a surprise to me, as like a lot of unsealed games from the past have sold for like fucking thousands of dollars in auctions and stuff as collector's items.
And they do unsealed games, like the old stuff, like the old Final Fantasies, the old Pokemon. Yeah.
I think I remember something about like the gold cartridge NES Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking sealed one went up for auction a few years ago and made a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, you can find the open, like, used ones all over, and they're like $50 to $100, but a sealed version of that special edition. Yeah.
Well, I mean, somewhere at my dad's house, it still have the fucking NES, and I still have the gold cartridge fucking Zelda game.
Yeah. So this one, I was like, you know what? Zelda's pretty timeless. I'll get that one. I'll seal it up, get it graded, see what it does, and
I mean, for a video game franchise, Zelda is up there.
Mario
is up
Pokemon.
there. Pokemon is up there, and those are like your top fucking three, and they're all Nintendo.
Dude, Nintendo's like the king of first party software.
Sonic can suck a fucking dick compared to fucking all three of those fucking franchises.
Yeah, no kidding, man. The Zelda and Mario and Pokemon, like, again, all of them being Nintendo properties, you can't go wrong. with them at all.
And I mean, that's obviously hindsight because we know how the Sega thing ended up. Like, what is Sega anymore now other than like a fucking
Licensing
publisher?
software company now.
Licensing, yeah. So
they were talking about making another system, but not like a
never gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a major thing because they do have that small one, that little mini one you can hook up that has all their games on it.
Yeah. That's more of an emulator though.
Yeah,
it's basically just reliving the past games.
Yeah, I think
that they had, and none of those were really any good compared to what Nintendo was fucking churning out and burning out.
Honestly, I think, there was a big rumor going around that Microsoft was going to buy Sega to get, because they own multiple franchise, big franchises out there, and I think is Rabbids theirs. I don't remember who has Rabbids, because they partner with Mario a lot. Sega and Nintendo usually play pretty well together. Sega, and
Well, I mean,
Xbox,
this is because Nintendo, they won the war between that, so
they've always won the war.
There's no competition there.
No.
When Nintendo isn't competing with you, then they're fine. They'll they'll work with you.
You've got a successful system when you don't change your system when everyone else puts out 2 new systems and you're still running the exact same hardware. Like Nintendo Switch has been out a long time.
Well, no, they did that. They did do that like 4K.
Well, it's not 4. It's a OLED screen, so they changed the screen a little bigger, a little more efficient, but it's inside hardware.
Like same processor and everything, like all the hardware.
It's probably
they didn't upgrade anything.
It's not a more powerful unit; it's a more efficient unit.
Oh,
so everyone's waiting for the Switch Pro or the new, and Nintendo's been stockpiling components for the last 2 years. I have a feeling they're setting something up for probably next year to be unveiled. Probably around E3, come out with a new system, and then just, again, they're going to dominate. They always do.
Well, I mean, hopefully they take everything that they learned from the Wii and the Wii U and all that stuff. I mean, they did when they came out with the Switch, because the Switch was insanely popular.
The Wii was successful.
The execution, well, only with fucking old people.
Yeah, but it's sold.
Honestly, that's the only reason why it was successful was because of the Wii Sports things.
Yeah, but it's sold so many.
Yeah, it sold a shit ton,
But the Wii U,
fucking nursing homes wanted to fucking play bowling and shit.
But Wii U was the precursor to Switch, because you could essentially take it with you. But they got it right with the Switch.
Poor execution, which they learned from, and then they came out with the Switch. And they learned also they also learned with the Switch the peripheral game, or the whole peripheral market and all that shit too, coming out with that your traditional Xbox controller that you can use
you can get
with the Switch, the Xbox style controller,
the Pro controller.
Yeah, the Pro controller, which I love that thing because it feels like an Xbox controller. And of course, obviously, that's what we're used to playing on.
Yeah.
And, that makes the gameplay on the Switch with those stupid little Joy-Cons, a lot better.
Hell yeah. Yeah, oh shit, I just blanked out of what I was going to say about that. I think one of the things they added in the newer version of the Switch was Bluetooth connectivity for wireless headsets and shit.
Earbuds and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. That makes sense.
Next comic. This is What If number 10. This is the What If Jane Foster. The first appearance of Jane Foster as Thor.
Nice.
Yeah. From 1978.
That's awesome. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I love the What If series.
Yeah.
I've got a few of those.
Yeah, you got the little rock Korg people in the background.
Yeah. Yeah, as a matter of fact, one of my very first comic books actually was a What If. It was I was little little kid, and the comic book itself was all torn up and it's terrible condition and everything. I still have it somewhere, but it was What If the Silver Surfer had the Infinity Gauntlet?
Oh, nice.
But it was so cool because that issue went over so many different aspects of like the Marvel universe, and that's kind of one comic books that like really got me into it, because I would see these panels with these superheroes like Namor and the X-Men and stuff like that, and I'd see those and I'm like, well, I want to know what those are all about. Like,
Yeah.
what do those people do?
Yeah, well,
And like the Eternals and fucking the Celestials and shit.
yeah. What If brings a lot of characters. That and the Tales of Suspense, and
Yeah.
you know, a lot of them came from those.
And Marvel Comics Presents, like the Marvel Comics
Yeah.
Presents runs where it would have like the flip issues where like one flip side would be like Marvel Comics Presents Wolverine, and then on the other side it would be like maybe a 4 issue like little storyline for like Ghost Rider or
Yeah.
some
Well, and those
random other superhero.
in the
It's
Marvel
really cool.
Marvel spotlights, you know, those are where you got your first Ghost Rider. That's where you got your first Werewolf by Night, first Moon Knight. All those things came from those.
Yeah, and I mean, and the other thing too was the Marvel Universe like compendium books where they would just, you know, they just had like all the superheroes and stuff like that in them. And you know, when I was a kid and I was drawing comic books, a lot of what I would draw would come out of like a lot of those. I would, you know, draw like these superheroes and just put them in these dumb little stupid little stories and stuff like that. You know, so all those types of comic books were like really big in my formation as a comic book nerd and as an artist myself.
Dude.
So yeah, What If was
Yeah.
fucking awesome series.
So on the
And I'm glad they brought it back too, because I know
yeah,
they're doing
I've got some of the new ones.
new runs on the What Ifs.
It says by the sacred
And of course,
Okay.
like, don't they even have like a show, like a What If show, or
Yeah.
like a What If like miniseries?
season two's coming, and they have the Marvel zombies in there in the What If.
Nice.
On the front it says by the sacred beard of Odin, and then Jane Foster says, "Don't worry your golden locks about me, Thunder God. Thordis can take care of herself." It's good, dude. 1978.
Who's the artist on that?
The cover artist was John Buscema, and then inside was Rick Hoberg and Dave Hunt. Story by Don Glut.
Okay, cool.
I know Buscema. I know that name.
Yeah. That's a familiar one to me too.
So yeah, man, I've been reading. I have those apps, and so I've been going through and reading them and reading a lot of the old books. This is
Well, I had a bunch of the graphic novelizations of a lot of
Sasha
those
Biggs.
books too. Sasha. I'd like a lot of those graphic novelizations of them too, and like some of the where they would come out with like a graphic novel of like say Captain America or something like that, and they would put in like his most notable issues. So I've read Captain America #1 several times. The old one of him like, you know, in there, you know, where he's on the cover punching out Hitler and shit.
Yeah, because he's got two #1s. The Captain America #1 actually came from like Marvel Comics Presents Captain America, like number 80 or something. So yeah, hell yeah. This is the first appearance of Dr. Aphra from Star Wars. I don't know why this one got a 9.6 though. It was one grade off from being a 9.8. This thing's like
Noise.
I guess that could be it. There's like a little scuff mark on the back, but yeah, this is like a $200 or $300 book right here.
Noise.
Yeah. Yeah, I like those like volume, not a compendium, but the graphic novels. You know, where they have their most notoriety.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I had like a bunch of those, like the Iron Man one, the Thor one, the Avengers one. So like I've read, you know, all of the original Avengers #1s, their origin stories and all
Yeah,
that stuff. The Hulk #1. I've read all those.
check this out,
You
dude.
know, Stan Lee, Jack Kirby,
This is
golden age of comics.
Detective Comics 27. This is
Nice.
the first appearance of Batman. Obviously a reprint, right? Or else this would be like millions of dollars. But
Yeah.
this is from 1984 in a 9.6. This was a giveaway, so you had to like eat a bunch of Oreos and mail off to get a copy of this book. Very hard to find, especially.
Nickzilla done did it.
No, I just bought the book.
Show us your Oreo body.
Yeah. Oh, it's there. It's truffle shuffling. But yeah, dude, it's like the artwork's just awesome in this.
Yeah.
It's old, real old. The paper's like that real, like light, pulpy, old school paper.
Yeah. Yeah. So Avatar: The Way of Water, Makin's monies.
Oh yeah, well, because there's nothing big really coming out in theaters till like February, dude, with like Ant-Man.
Yeah. Yeah. So worldwide, it's pulled in like 880 million.
So it's almost at $1 billion already.
Pretty good, yeah.
I'll
Pretty good.
tell you what, one of the shows that I really, really liked this year was Reacher on Amazon.
Yeah.
Did you watch that one yet?
Haven't seen that one yet, but I've heard good stuff about it.
Dude, you gotta watch Reacher, man. That's such another one, brutal show.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Next up is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 123. This is a collector's cave exclusive, and it's for Halloween. It's a virgin cover with all of the turtles as Universal monsters.
Nice.
I just had to get that cover, man. It was cool.
Yeah, it's really cool looking.
Right up my alley.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Obviously, Wednesday
Yeah.
is another one of my favorite
You know,
series this year.
you know what movie surprised me?
It's super fucking good.
That I thought was gonna be okay, but not as good as it was Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun Maverick was definitely same thing. Like it was way better than I thought it was gonna.
I was
be.
expecting Tom Cruise actiony, plane movie, but nah, dude, this one brought heart. It brought everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it took everything that you liked from the original, and then it also introduced a new generation of pilots and shit. And yeah, I mean, it was very well done.
Definitely a Navy
I mean, that's
recruiting
one of my
movie.
favorites. Obviously, like Miles Teller did fucking awesome job. Along with Tom Cruise. I mean, Tom Cruise always fucking knocks it out of the park when it comes to performances.
Did you see
The guy's a weirdo, but he's a fucking incredible actor.
Did you see that
He's a great producer.
the trailer for his new movie where they did that like 8-minute trailer of him doing that stunt, preparing to launch the bike off the ramp?
Yeah.
All Evil Knievel style and shit. Check this out. Zombie Tramp #1. This is definitely an adult book. I've got a whole bunch of these in my back bin. Yeah, lots of comic book boobies in these. But this is Zombie Tramp #1. It's good.
Nice.
Good.
That's an interesting cover. You know what else was like super good that, I didn't know if I was going to love it or hate it going into it. And actually, that one actually was the last movie that I had seen in theaters before Avatar. So it actually was earlier this year. We saw it at Alamo Drafthouse, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent with Nicolas Cage.
Oh my god, was that movie good, dude?
So I lied earlier. I had seen another movie in theater this year. and that was it.
That was another one that I did not expect to like as much as I did. That was a badass movie, man. All of them. Nicolas Cage just kind of making fun of himself the whole way through. Like, Nicolas Cage being the most Nicolas Cage he could be.
Yeah.
You know, in all of them, man. You know, it had...
And Pedro Pascal, like, they were, like, playing off of each other perfectly.
Shelby's boyfriend in it.
Yeah. They were playing off of each other perfectly. They had great fucking chemistry together. It was an awesome movie. It was a fun movie.
It was like a buddy cop movie without the cop part. Like, it just...
Without the cop part.
I love the part where he's climbing the fence, dude, the wall, and he's like, come on, I got you. And he's like, just leave me. And then he's like, oh, I could have just walked around. He's like, oh, shit. Okay, let's go.
Just like the whole acid trip fucking part was just insane.
And the part where he goes into his bunker, and he's like, I told you not to come down here. And he's looking at all
the fucking Nick Cage memorabilia.
It's so grotesque. I'll give you $2 million for it. Or some shit. Oh my god, dude, it was so good.
Hell yeah.
This is Avengers Annual number 10 from 1981. Badass cover. Spider-Woman, Captain America. This is also the first appearance of Rogue.
Yeah, I've seen that one before.
Yeah, this is her first appearance in comic books. First Rogue. And first Madeline Pryor. In this one.
Yes. Yeah,
So that's a cool book to have right there, man. Especially with them like rebooting the X-Men coming up. You know, you're gonna get some Rogue action. Hopefully, some more accurate Rogue action.
Hell yeah! Another movie this year that was super duper fucking awesome. Another one of my favorites was Prey.
Oh,
it's
dude,
fucking awesome.
I
mean, it was so well done. Really does the Predator franchise justice in this one. Not so much in a couple of the previous ones.
Well, it gives me faith that Disney is not going to Disney something and fuck it up, right? They're keeping that Fox separate, and really paying homage to what Predator was, which was a stalking horror movie. Right? Because that first one was it was like an action horror. Like, it was scary in times, right? And at the same time, it was lots of action. So, yeah. And now with the Alien movie coming next year, I believe, from the same team, I have hope that we're going to get finally a good Alien movie.
Because the same thing. The Alien, the first Alien movie was a horror movie. It was a sci-fi horror movie.
And the second one, James Cameron, was... They took that horror, which still had it, but amplified it to the next level.
And then you added Danny Glover.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with Danny Glover.
In Predator 2, you have him running through the concrete jungle, which was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But then after that, once you got past those first two iterations of both those, the quality went downhill.
It went way downhill.
I
mean, there was some redeeming qualities in
I enjoy them.
The Adrian Brody one, there was some redeeming qualities in that one.
Predators.
The reboot just was not good. It just sucked really bad.
Oh, and they tried to do that whole thing that everyone else is doing, where it's a sequel to the original, but also
right. Yeah, the Shane Black directed one was not good. It just was not fucking.
It had its elements, but that were cool, but it was not as.
But it wasn't. But that's the thing, like, the elements that made it cool weren't Predator elements. It was just fucking, action movie elements that were cool. Like, whatever.
It's similar
similar
to how they did that remake recently of Day of the Dead. They, like, turned it into an action movie and got rid of the whole horror, and the whole, subtext of, the zombies aren't zombies. It's meant to be us.
Right, yeah, well, exactly, right. The zombies are the mindless hordes of consumers in America, not the actual undead.
Yeah, there was a message in those original ones, and it lost it. So I
mean, in the original one, it's like the zombie hordes were these fucking racist ass fucking hordes of people that, that wanted to hunt down and fucking kill black people. You know, that's
Yep.
why you had a fucking black protagonist or one of the leads
Yeah.
was black because
And
like,
that scene
that's
when
what
he
that's
slaps the white woman.
commentary. Yeah. That's the commentary that they're trying to fucking make.
They're like, George, you can't have him slapping her. And she's like, I'm okay with it. And the rest of the cast was
Fuck, I
like, no,
can't.
don't do it. Yeah, I mean, and then this, Dawn of the Dead, the second one, was about consumerism with the shopping mall. And yeah, I mean, so, we got on a tangent again, but a lot of these remakes they try to just take shot for shot or cool stuff that happens in the others, but they don't bring along the message that actually attach to people.
Well, yeah, exactly. And like you just said, that's what attaches to people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, most of the time nowadays, it's just a fucking mindless cash grab for a franchise to keep a franchise alive, but not carry on its legacy in a meaningful way.
Yeah, just relax and eat a Charleston Chew. Come on.
Hey, those Charleston Chews were fucking good, dude.
This is a 1992 Marvel Superheroes number 11. This is the episode. This is the issue where Rogue gets her powers from Captain Marvel.
Nice.
Yeah, she steals all the powers.
Nice. Get them powers.
Yep. Miss Marvel. So, not Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel. There's two of them. I do that all the time. Yeah,
it's another one that I just get confused with Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel.
And DC had their Captain Marvels way before Marvel had their Marvels, and it just a whole mess. There's another movie. Shit, I'm blanking on it now. I just had it and then I lost it. God damn it, I can't think of it now. I just lost it. X.
Right.
Oh man, I don't know if
He's talking about that one, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but
no, not yet.
Dude, they already have the sequel out called Pearl, and you can watch X on Paramount, I believe. But dude, man, it was such a cool movie. It was, a period piece set in like the 70s. They're making an adult film, and then, a lot of like tropes are thrown in there. The kids that are naked or having sex are the ones that get killed, right? That slasher law that has to be in slasher movies. But it's just
the fornicators must die.
It was just a really cool movie, man, and the performances in it were great. The horror, like a lot of times you saw it coming, but it still was creepy. Just like Barbarian is another one, just like that. Barbarian was really good. It's another one you can stream on like Paramount or Peacock or something, one of those. Barbarian is another one that one you did not expect what was going to happen. And then when you did, you're like, holy shit, this is what's going on here? Here's another one. They really dinged my Star Wars books pretty heavily. This is Darth Maul number 2, which is the first appearance of Cad Bane. This is a special cover. David Aja cover. But, yeah, first Cad Bane. This is like
I like the art style on that.
Yeah, dude. This is like a $400 or $500 book. But they got it at a 9.4. They didn't leave any notes, no grader's notes, as to why. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, this thing's fucking perfect. I don't know what it is that they saw on there. So I don't know. I might resubmit that one because that's just a cool. Yeah, I didn't buy this book knowing. I got this back in 2017 when it came out. I have the first like 25 Star Wars, 25 Darth Vaders, and 25 Darth Mauls. And I didn't know that it was the first appearance of Cad Bane until recently, and I was like, oh shit, I have that book. And I have two different versions of it. I have a regular one, and then I had this cover. And I was like, dude, this cover is fucking legit. This would look good graded. Like up on a wall. So, yeah. Anyway, cool book. I don't know why I got dinged. I might have to resubmit and be like, hey, assholes. This book's like perfect. Anyway, keep going. What you got?
The Sandman was another one that really, really surprised me that I really, really liked. Super surprising, actually, because, me in DC, we have, like, an interesting history. But,
I'm right there with you on that one.
The way they did it was fantastic. I mean, you could tell, like, for being a Netflix show, because, like, Netflix also has hit or miss when it comes to that, but you can tell that they had quite a budget for this show.
Not anymore. I heard their Netflix is going through cutting the axe right now through like everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, we saw this coming. We talked about this in a previous episode.
Did it bring new memberships? That's the thing.
Right. Even though the co-CEOs this year, I mean, they already, news already announced that the co-CEOs made just as much money as they did last year. Even though they're like, driving the company into the ground.
They're not gonna affect their bonus.
Yeah, they're still pulling in millions of dollars for sinking that ship.
Yeah, well, Sandman was really cool, man. Netflix shows, to me, it's very hit and miss. Honestly, I find myself liking the foreign shows better. The Korean ones, the German ones. All right, because the German ones have some really cool ones, like Dark and stuff like that in 1899. Shit like that. Then you've got, Korea's got their shows that are out, and I find myself liking those better because they're produced better, right? They're just ones that Netflix bought the rights to bring over.
Yeah.
Netflix, there's something about the way Netflix films their stuff that it's very odd to me, and I see it in so many of their originals, to where if something's focused, like it's blurry, like right here. It's almost like they have a gradient around them of what's in focus, like the lens that Netflix like makes them use, and then like someone could be standing next to something, and this would be blurry as they're talking, and it annoys the shit out of me, and I see it all the time in their shows and in their originals, and I don't know if it's because they're not spending the money to do the right lenses or focal lengths, or if that's just how they do it to cut budget.
That's just an artistic expression.
But they do it in everything, and they didn't do it in Wednesday too much. They did, some scenes had it, but I see it all the time, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on with this shit?
It seems like almost like it's like a student film or something where they're playing with like depth of field or something.
Yeah, the depth of field's like fucking like set at a
so shallow
F 1.0 or some shit, to where it's literally like this is all that's in focus and everything else is out of focus. And whoa, dude,
and it probably has,
the light makes my eye look like it's all fucking sideways.
Yeah, you got a wonky eye.
Holy shit, that's weird.
You got a lazy eye, boy.
Like when I take the
and it probably is. It probably does have a lot to do with like budget.
The fucking lights like shining right there. It makes it look like I'm looking over there.
It's like that. It's like that picture that you fucking took of me when we were at your wedding at that when we were doing the hibachi thing.
Oh yeah, dude.
Fucking my stupid.
It just threw me
face
off. Like I'm looking at it. I'm like, why is my eye look crossed? And then I like block it out. And it's not. And I go down and it is. But yeah, dude. I don't know. It's something.
It probably has a lot to do with like budget, like set budget and stuff like that, where they have to kind of keep it a shallow depth of field so you can't see how fucking cheap the set looks or something.
It's got to be something, because it just, in major motion pictures and shit like that, they don't have that, and they don't do it on all of them. they're big, expensive. Like they didn't have it in Bright. They didn't have it in that one with Chris Hemsworth, where he goes to rescue those people.
Extraction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, some of those Netflix movies didn't have that, but a lot of their shows do. And it's really odd because I see it all the time and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, you couldn't just go and bring that depth of field back a little bit, bring that f-stop up, and, you know, allow multiple things to kind of be in focus. It could be a way that they, you know, narrow the camera too to a certain spot, or they're using certain lenses. But I
think it has a lot to do with like budget.
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot to do with budget.
Yeah, well,
it's Netflix.
This is, dude, they got me again on another Star Wars book, Darth Vader 25. I don't think there's nothing significant in this, except for the fact of how badass that cover is.
Yeah.
Look at the stormtroopers down there.
Yeah, that's a really cool style cover.
Yeah, I think it says Darth Vader in what's the Aramish or whatever their language in Star Wars. But yeah, dude, it's just a fucking cool cover, badass, like red cover. They dinged it again. This is like a perfect book. I don't understand. I'm gonna write my congressman.
Another really good movie that I enjoyed this year. I mean, it's not going to be like any kind of, you know, award-winning movie, but The Gray Man, I thought was really cool. It was really fun.
That's going to be a whole...
It's a turn your brain off action movie.
Whole universe is what that's going to turn out to be. They're making sequels and the show and everything. That one I think was profitable for them. Because it was... what's his name? The main guy.
You got Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, that one.
And Chris Evans.
Yeah, those two brought...
There's two huge names, yeah.
They brought people to the app for that. So that...
And Ana de Armas, fucking great actress.
Yep.
Lily Bob Thornton was in it too, which, you know, he does well in everything he does.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man, I'm curious to see what gets the axe after, well, I think it's like February or something, once all the shit, the financial stuff comes through. So I wonder how many shows, when they start announcing all of their cancellations and cuts, like what's going to get taken out.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be surprises out there.
Yeah, well, I mean, The Gray Man also was produced by the Russo brothers, so
well, they're giving,
that was also a big draw because of all the fucking, you know, shit that they've done with the MCU.
Yeah, they're trying to get Russo brothers back. They said they would come back if they were allowed to make the next big Avengers movies. So.
Well, I mean, the ones that they did were fucking huge.
Infinity War and Endgame were like
fucking Endgame. I mean, goddamn, dude, those are the two biggest fucking Avengers movies of all time.
They're also in like the top 6 of highest grossing movies of all time.
They both pulled in over $1 billion fucking gross worldwide.
Yeah, I think Endgame was almost at 2 or some shit.
Endgame, actually, I think Endgame was over $2 billion.
Yeah.
I think Endgame was almost at like $3 billion.
Yeah, so, I mean, do it. Give them all the money. Let them make shit they want. They're the ones who are making that Gray Man universe. Netflix said, hey, unlimited budget, unlimited resources, whatever you want to do. And,
yeah.
Okay. They're also doing the same thing with the Stranger Things people, right? They're giving them a blank budget. This is Batman 609. First Hush and a 9.8.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good book right there. That's Jim Lee. Yeah, Jim Lee.
Oh yeah, Jim Lee. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. First Hush. It's got Catwoman, Poison Ivy, Batman on the front. Looks good.
An honorable mention for a movie that I haven't seen this year, but that I've really been wanting to watch is The Northman.
That was good, dude. That was real good.
Which, by the way, I just saw the trailer for another Alexander Skarsgård movie that's coming up called Infinity Pool. Looks really insane. This one's kind of a mindfuck movie.
Yeah. Yeah. um the Knives Out Ryan Johnson Glass Onion movie is out on
Yeah, it's up on Netflix now. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. Disney was throwing a fit about that Strange World movie that they had come out, that Pixar. They were throwing a fit that, nobody went to go see it. It bombed for one because there was no advertising for the fucking movie. That's on them. But I tell you what, the first few minutes of that movie, the first like half an hour, they throw every like woke thing at you at the beginning of that movie. Like, I get that they're trying to be more inclusive, which
there's nothing wrong with that.
Is completely fair.
It's done in a if it's done in a way that makes sense, like if it's done in a way that doesn't call attention to the inclusivity, right? Because that's just kind of the point of inclusivity, is that you're not fucking singling out, different people. Like, you're putting people in the movie, and it just he wants to suck your dick, Jen.
Yes, drink, please. Were you just sucking a dick? I saw that. Mark just spit over himself.
Boy, slobbering on myself.
What'd you do with that bottle? Oh, it's right here. I just can't reach it. Where is it? On my desk.
Get your little grabber.
So yeah, in Strange Worlds, they throw it. It's not like they. Thank you. It's not like they purposely put it out there, but it was. You could tell that they're making sure you understand everything right off the bat. That you've got a guy who his father disappears. He's like a white guy. His father disappears. He marries a black girl. They have, the mixed child who's gay, openly gay. He's like 14 or 15. And they have a 3-legged dog. They're farmers. Like, they just literally, like,
they're checking all the boxes.
Everything, like, all within, like, 5 minutes of each other, you see all of that. You figure it all out. And it just, again, none of that really, it doesn't matter to me, and that I get they're trying to be inclusive. And again, that's fair. I don't care. One of the funniest movies I saw this year was called Bros, and it was about 2 gay dudes. Jen and I watched it, and the shit was fucking hilarious. But
well, I mean, look at, like,
what was that show,
like,
Jen?
I'm gonna get shit for this, but look at, like, Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, dude, that's a fucking
good
classic
fucking movie, dude. Like, that movie did not suck. Like, it was really, really well done.
Gay boy show we watched.
Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal brought fucking phenomenal performances in that movie.
I can't quit you.
But I mean, yeah, good ass fucking movie.
Yeah. Again, it doesn't matter.
Get shit on a lot for that one scene,
the gay cowboy thing, but and that movie came out a long time ago, back when this shit was not thrown all over.
Right. Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of people that were up in arms about that movie.
But that was a phenomenal piece of art and film, and I agree. And again, I don't care, but the way they did this in a kid's cartoon and just threw it all at one time, I was just like,
Yeah.
what, like, because the boy that he likes was
Seemed
like
a little,
was
little heavy-handed.
very flamboyant. You know, and it felt weird. Like while watching it, you're just like, it doesn't flow good. It felt like they threw it all in there to get it in there right away, right at the beginning, so they can kind of ignore it for the rest of the way through. And I felt like it was just done wrong on that. We watched. You don't remember that show, Jen?
What show?
Fire Island or something.
It was a really good movie.
What was it?
I think it was Fire Island.
Fire Island. I think it was called Fire Island. It was a movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched this movie on like I don't know, Netflix or something. Hulu. It's on Hulu, called Fire Island, and it's a bunch of like gay people that go to a I don't know, event or something. But fuck, dude, this shit was fun, fucking hilarious.
Fire Island, was it making fun of like the Fire Festival like debacle thing or what?
It's Fire Island.
Fire Island, yeah. No, it's they go to like this island. It's like a giant rave. I guess it was supposed to be like I don't think they're making fun of Fire Festival because there was no debacle to it. It was just they all ended up there, friends and debaucherous, drugs and shit,
raving and
but
doing weird sexes.
But the shit was hilarious, dude. We were cracking up at the shit they were doing in that show, and none of that bothers me. I don't care if there's gay people in the show; it doesn't bother me.
You just make it interesting and make that character interesting. That's the other thing too. Is like don't make your gay character like that one-dimensional fucking gay character. Where he's just like the super effeminate, fucking flamboyant fucking gay guy. Because in real life, like, not every fucking gay person is like that.
No. And,
it's a trope that needs to die.
Yeah. And so, again, I felt like Strange World did it wrong, and there was a better way to go about that. Instead of dropping it all at one time. But, it's Disney. They want to throw their money where they want, and they do it to where nobody goes and sees it. That's on them. One of the my honorable mentions for the year would be Elvis. Was really good.
I still haven't watched it. Still haven't watched it all the way through, but I told you about seeing that one specific fucking sequence.
Yeah, it was
really good.
It was good, man. I liked how they depicted their music choices. Could have been better inside the movie, right? Because they used like modern songs, in it, which I mean,
it's an Elvis biopic, though.
Yeah, so it's not like they were going to use Elvis soundtracks for all their, all the scenes. But I really enjoyed how he was like seeing how like people moved and how they danced, and him and BB King. It showed their friendship, right, with the young BB King, and how he would go to those clubs and
essentially that's how he was able to bring rock and roll to the mainstream.
Yeah, and then, he was like dancing on the screen and doing all this stuff.
Wiggling and gyrating his hips very sexually.
Yeah, and that one like senator guy who was like one of the clan leaders of the KKK like saw it and like threw a fit, and I mean it was just really cool, dude. You got to see some of the other side of Elvis that you didn't get to see, and then the downside, the downfall of Elvis. How he got tricked, and they kept him drugged for so long to keep performing in Vegas, with promises that he was going to get to do a worldwide tour, and it was cool, man. It was really cool. That is definitely up on my list of one of the top ones I've seen this year. I have Punisher number 218. This is the first appearance of the War Machine.
Oh, nice. I like that.
War Machine Punisher.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I like that holographic cover. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to get this in a 9.8, but
That's fucking.
This one's
sick.
got
What year was-
rough corners, and those other ones that were like perfect corners. They fucking dinged me on.
what year was that one released?
This is 2018.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like just about 5 years old. But yeah, this is the first time Punisher dons the War Machine armor.
Nice.
I actually have you can't see it, but back there in my cases with all my figures, I've got a figure in the display case of the Punisher War Machine.
Nice.
Yeah, my plan is when we get a new place, I'm gonna. What the hell are you eating? Put that down.
When y'all move back to Texas.
Don't you touch that. No, when we get a place, I'm gonna build a.
When y'all move back to Texas.
I'm gonna get rid of these things. I'm gonna do a whole wall unit that will look real nice. Lydia, put that shit down.
Nice. Yeah, that'll look real nice when you get a house back in Texas.
And it'll be the backdrop for the shit.
The podcast.
The videos, yeah. Instead of my kitchen. You didn't watch Violent Night yet, did you?
Not yet.
Dude. Oh God, man. That was good. That was damn good.
I mean, it did well at the box office. A lot better than a lot of people expected.
For being a small movie like that, yeah. Here is.
I mean, I don't know what the Toxic Avenger.
1991, Toxic Avenger.
Hell yeah.
You know there's a remake of this about to come out.
Oh yeah, we've talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it.
Peter Dinklage.
Fucking Trauma films, bro. We need to do a whole episode on fucking Trauma
Kaufman
films,
action. Hell, you could probably just email Kaufman and he would join. Lloyd.
Probably. Yeah, no shit.
Met that dude like 1,000 times at shows. He's cool.
But yeah, so Violent Night, fucking domestic, 43 million, worldwide 63 million.
Oh shit.
Don't see what the actual like production budget was, but I mean,
couldn't have been very high.
You know, it ain't that much.
Yeah, I mean, it was literally they had like
they spent most of it on David Harbour
and Beverly D'Angelo. They had you know, all the when it shows the scenes where he goes in and does the Christmas presents, you know, those are all easily just they only show one bedroom, so those are just sets. Right, easily just bedroom sets that they could have done as living rooms.
Yeah, you literally do it all in one house.
Yeah, and then you have the he goes to the one house, and on the house it happens to just be a compound where there's no neighbor houses or nothing. It's just one house out in the middle of a field, you know, where he's at. So, yeah, I mean, it's easily probably only cost
Google's saying that the production budget was about 20 million.
Okay.
So even in the U.S., it easily made back that money. And honestly, the marketing probably was not that much because it wasn't hugely heavily marketed. Like it was marketed in some of the streaming.
Yeah, that's where I see it as like on like
wasn't like an insanely huge marketing campaign, so it definitely made back money. I mean, it definitely made money for them.
Nice. That's Universal made that one. So hell yeah. That was a cool movie, man. He in that movie, it shows before he was Santa, he was like a Viking because he's all tatted up, dude. Like Viking tribal tats, like Celtic shit, like a druid. And he was like swinging a big hammer.
Yeah.
And just like fucking, like in a field full of dead bodies. He's just like smashing skulls and shit. So it's cool. You know what it reminds me of? Remember, what's that Christmas movie with Jack Frost? Where they have the Easter Bunny and the Sandman's and all those guys, and Nightmare's the bad guy. Legend of the Guardians. And so you have the Legend of the Guardians where you had like the Easter Bunny and all the main holidays. And then you have the Sandman and Santa and all that. And Santa in that one, when he takes off his jacket, he's like Russian type thing, and he's all tatted up all over. And he comes from those old like Viking days and stuff, so it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good movie, dude. We talked about this one before I sent it, remember?
Yes. Yeah.
So this one came back. This is from 92. I don't know why I got a 9.4. Well, I guess the edges are a little rough. But either way, like that one came back. Good old 90s comics. Quit stalling, She-Hulk.
Well, I mean, again, that was one of the ones where we were talking about. That was a comic book that was making a statement about the entertainment industry.
Yeah, they were like,
at that time.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's Marvel. Marvel's always done that. That started with fucking Stan Lee and Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
Specifically Stan Lee, because he was one that did like a lot of the fucking storylines. He did, most of the writing for those Golden Age fucking comic books.
Yeah.
The Sabretooth?
Yeah. So this is like one of my childhood books that I sent off just because I love this book. It's Wolverine number 90. They bombed the shit out of this one. They only give an 8.5.
Yeah.
But I've read this book like 500 times, so I guess that's okay.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, it comes with like 2 packs of cards inside. This is the one where Wolverine kills Sabretooth.
Yeah.
He gets mad.
And that's Cyber in the background, in it?
What?
That's that Cyber in the background?
No, that's Wolverine. It's...
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
It folds out to have Wolverine see the claws at the bottom.
Okay, I got you.
So in this one, Wolverine's tired. Sabretooth's locked up at the bottom of the X Mansion, and he's tired of Sabretooth's shit. And he's like, "I'm gonna end this." So they go and get into a fight, and Wolverine puts his claws. The panels got him with his claws under his chin, and he's got like one claw coming up to here. Here and one here, and then the next you hear snicked, and all it shows is an eyeball with a claw through it, and it shows that Wolverine, damn it, I hit a button. There you go. It shows Wolverine putting his claw right through Sabretooth's face, and that's how the book ends.
Yeah.
So I love this book, man. I read this book so much as a kid, so I was like, I want this book created.
You remember that Cyber character, right?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That had like the adamantium fucking armor and all that shit.
Yeah, except he wore like a black bandana.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Music wise, this year, I've been listening to a lot. I can't remember if the album came out this year or last year. I guess it was last year. Slaughter to Prevail's album was last year.
Yeah, I think that was like, hold on a second. I think that was last year.
I think it was last year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like the beginning of last year. Then I would say this year would be the new Avatar is really good. I've been jamming to that recently.
I've heard a couple of the new Avatar tracks.
Cyclops
really solid
song. What else came?
Shelby really got me into fucking Sleep Token. I don't know if you've heard of any of Sleep Token.
No.
There's a couple really good songs. You want to check them out.
Okay.
Called The Offering. Another one's called Alkaline. Another one's called Sugar.
Sugar.
Good stuff.
Mushroom people sitting around all day.
Bad Omens.
Yeah.
They got some bangers. They got some. I mean, they really blew up big this year with the death of with the Death of Peace of Mind album. But they've been around since like 2015.
Yeah, they've been around a while.
And like some of their fucking older songs are like heavy. I mean, they're fucking hard.
Yeah. The Parkway Drive album, I think, came out this year.
Oh shit. So Lorna Shore,
Yeah.
the new Lorna Shore album came out this year too. Haven't listened to all of it, but I've listened to like a significant amount of it.
Isn't it weird how most albums, like the first like 40% is the best of the album usually?
Yeah, it's hard. The new Lamb of God album.
Oh, that
fucking
was good.
Yes, that one was fucking phenomenal.
I did listen
I mean,
to that.
you know, if you like Lamb of God, you're gonna love this shit.
Yeah.
What was it called? Omens, I think.
That was good. Not Non-Point. What's the other one? Seven Dust has a new album out too. It's pretty good.
I didn't know that.
Batman Mad Love. This is the second appearance of Poison Ivy. Or, I'm sorry, Harley Quinn.
Oh, Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second appearance of. Pretty cool book. Animated series.
The new Rammstein album obviously was fucking great. Zeit.
Yeah, that one to me, it was almost like every other song to me was like caught that earworm on me. I was like, oh man, it's good. And then there'd be another one. I was like, that's okay. Then I listened to the next one. I'm like, oh man, it's fucking good. And I go back and listen to the album again. And now I'm like, okay, I'm starting to like more of them. And I listen to it again. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, it was an album to me that I didn't instantly jump into that one loving it like I've done some of the others from them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Rammstein has a super solid discography to begin with.
Fuck yeah, dude. They're always going to be like one of the top probably 5 bands I listen to.
Yeah.
Like always. This is Batman Beyond the White Knight. Sean Murphy. He does all the story and the art in this book. I think Dave Stewart is the one who does the lettering in this. But yeah, this series is one of my favorite fucking series of Batman I've ever read. This is that series I was telling you about where...
yeah, it's got Batman Beyond in it.
Yeah.
They're on the cover.
But this is the Beyond, or White Knight series. So, remember I was telling you about how, like, Joker took all that medicine and got better?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's this run. That's Sean Murphy. So, that started all the way back, and then it goes into this, which is Batman Beyond. Bruce Wayne, old Bruce Wayne, is in prison. Everyone knows he's Batman. He's in prison, and this motherfucker, if you remember him from the Batman Beyond cartoon, he's the one that turns into that like glowy skeleton dude.
Yeah.
He's running Wayne Corp right now, right? Wayne Corp. And he got Terry McGinnis to go get the Batman Beyond suit, so that way he can take the technology and end up taking over Gotham as a whole. Fucking good run, dude. This whole White Knight series has been good. Batman Beyond, or Batman the White Knight, Harley Quinn White Knight, like all of them. It would make a phenomenal series, but it would be so fucking... It would take like 8 movies to make this. I mean, I guess they could chop it down, but like you've got Dick Grayson right there. Like, he's a cop in the police now. Like, he gave up the crime fighting. Red Hood's in there. Harley Quinn's a mom. You've got Barbara Gordon became like the commissioner of the police and shit, and like condemns vigilanteism. It's just badass run, dude. Sean Murphy run is so damn good. Uh, what else we got? What else we got? Oh, dude, you know what I'm reading right now? Ready Player 2.
Yeah, I love that.
I know we were
movie.
talking.
I like Ready Player
Yeah, we
One.
were talking about Ready Player 1 the other day on the phone, but
Yeah.
yeah, we're doing Ready. I'm reading Ready Player 2 now, and it's legit. It's not as good as the first one, and it's definitely a product of the current times because they added in all of the. There's a bunch of wokeism in there, but the way that they bring it in makes sense for the world that they're in. So, you know, I don't rag on it because of that, because they've done so good with how they bring those elements into it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking through my phone for more music.
Gotcha. This is
Like the last Gojira album.
oh, that's
also.
the other one I was trying to think of. I was picturing the like grayish brownish
cover
cover.
of it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was trying to remember who the fuck that was. Yeah, the Gojira was good, man.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking amazing.
The music good for
But it's same thing, like their discography, there's like they have a few like kind of misses when it came to their discography, but uh their shit is pretty fucking stellar.
it is. Their music is what like the vocals are good, and all that, but I listen to Gojira for the fucking music part of it.
Dude, Mario's fucking drumming is insane. Like that dude is
Yeah.
fucking
It
stupid good.
it's just it sounds so good together. Like all of them play so well together.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of because a lot of the heavy shit that like I listen to and a lot of stuff you've got is a lot of similar style of music, and these guys are able to take that heavy feel and slow it down and just make it fucking gorgeous.
Okay, so it came out last year, but I mean, been fucking listening to it like all year.
Gojira.
Fortitude. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember they released like the first 6 songs, and then I was waiting forever for the other part to drop.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, technically it came out last year in 2021, but still, I've been fucking listening to it like all year this year too, because it's just fucking insane.
To me,
and a lot of the experimental stuff that they're doing on it too.
Yeah.
Sounds really fucking cool, like when they're doing like the tribal.
well, I was gonna say it reminds me of
stuff.
like older Soulfly, where it's just
older Soulfly.
real
yeah.
like
the first 2 albums of Soulfly.
yeah, the rhythmic. There's and then you add in the guitar on top of that of just the like just the way they all go together. Just fuck, man, it's like butter.
Oh yeah.
This is I was really hoping to get a better score on this one, but Batman Legend of the Dark Knight. This cover, I mean, it's nothing important, but this cover is fucking awesome.
The Cheshire Cat Joker.
Yeah, dude. Like, look at that Joker face. It's all embossed. So, I mean, you can't feel it because it's in the plastic, but yeah, dude. Like, it's just fucking cool. The big. There's really no big games out that came out this year. I mean, obviously Call of Duty, but even Call of Duty, like Keith and I have been playing Battlefield, like still, like steadily playing Battlefield over Call of Duty sometimes. Cyberpunk, has had a huge update this year. Several updates that have made it really good. So I've been blasting through tons of Cyberpunk. Jen actually just beat this game came out this year, the Plague's Tale Requiem. So she beat both Plague's Tale games now, part 1, part 2, and she loved them. They were great games. This is Marv Wolfman, right? Yeah, Marv Wolfman. Here's the John Buscema again. Origin and first appearance of Nova.
Yeah.
This is coming to the MCU soon, Nova.
Yeah.
That's a good book.
See, there's another music project that is supposed to be coming out with some music soon. I don't know if you've heard about this. They're called the Big Six. It's six of fucking metalcore, deathcore's like biggest
Oh, yeah,
vocalists
yeah, yeah, yeah.
as like a super group. So it's got like Franz from Attila. It's got Dickie Allen from Infinite Annihilator, Will Ramos from Lorna Shore.
I did see that.
I don't know how I feel about it because super groups don't tend to do that great when they're doing stuff, but it might be interesting to check out.
Well, and one of the things I've noticed in the last probably about 2 years now has been the focus on, and I think it's more because of, TikTok and stuff, but the bleh, like breakdowns.
Right.
They've been getting kind of obnoxious in some of the songs. I'm like, holy shit, dude! Does every song have to have that breakdown?
Right. Lorna Shore's like we'll take Lorna Shore as like kind of like one of the biggest examples because like every single song on their fucking album has to have like this insane To the Hellfire style
Yeah.
breakdown. Which I mean To the Hellfire was fucking insane, right? Like that breakdown was nuts.
Yeah.
People went crazy for that, like or when they heard it the first time, because it's like fuck. And I know TikTok, it was like big on fucking TikTok
Yeah,
too, which is
there's a huge
where everybody unveils new music. That's how music is successful nowadays, is it gets unveiled on fucking TikTok.
Yeah, there's a huge like metal following, and there's a group of guys on there that they get shitloads of hits, and they show these breakdowns, and one of them's literally just breakdown. I think his name's like TikTok breakdowns, and it's just
you like try not to headbang, fucking breakdowns. I know Jared Dines and fucking and
he wears like a
Austin
shirt
Dickey
and
with,
a hat that says like bleh on it and shit.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, dude, like I get it, but every song doesn't have to have that gimmick in it.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Put it on some
like it's badass when it's badass when they do
when it's done right, but don't become
the
band that's all they do, because eventually
it's formulaic.
Yes.
It's formulaic.
Yeah. Because there's some of them, they're good, and others they are not timed right, or they just I'm like, dude, this song could have ended 45 seconds ago if you wouldn't have done a 2-minute breakdown.
Right. The song didn't need a breakdown in order for it to be good, and then the breakdown just kind of ruins it.
Yeah. Because trust me, if a song drags on, I hit the skip button. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it. I've listened to the point where I'm like, okay, I like the song. I'm good. This would be a good spot to end the song. And I look at it. I'm like, holy shit, I got 3 more fucking minutes of this song.
Yeah. And that's kind of a big complaint about Lorna Shore that I have.
Yeah.
Because their songs do go on a little too long.
I wonder if it's
there's nothing wrong with having like a really long song.
Metallica.
But it's gotta be it's gotta be able to carry you like the whole fucking way.
Like
through 17 minutes. The reason why I say like specifically like 17 minutes was like the last really long song that I really liked was Periphery's Reptile off their latest album, which was like 3 years ago, I think. Periphery 4, Hail Stan. But it's like 17-minute song, but it doesn't feel like it goes on for too long because it still continues to grab you.
Gotcha. That's with the old singer? Didn't they change singers?
Yes, yeah. When the old singer Spencer, when he came back, because I think Periphery 3 was when they had the new singer, but yeah, when Spencer came back to Periphery and did that, yeah, I mean, fucking that and the thing is like they made that the opening track. which was insane, but it's a great fucking
Yeah, most
song.
bands would put that as the last track on the album.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean it's a ballsy move, but only a band like Periphery can do that.
All right.
Also, in that vein, Polyphia, that last song that they did, ooh, yeah. Oh no, it's too racy for YouTubes. Too racy for YouTubes. Um, that last song that they did, their last single,
Yeah.
um, with the man himself.
This is
Hang on, lost my train of thought here.
this is a metal cover too. It's all metal, like literally like tin. I'm trying to cover it up so the little children who listen to our fucking podcast don't see, but I can't.
Yeah. You'll do.
Either way, like there you go.
Yeah. I mean, I get the gist of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that last single that they came out with, fucking Ego Death with Steve Vai
Oh yeah.
was fucking awesome. Shit was wild.
Yeah. Is
And Playing God was a fucking awesome song. I mean, those two singles they released this year for that last album was fucking badass.
so these two. It's a comic book called Hardly Thin. Instead of Harley Quinn, Hardly Thin.
Oh, she's definitely thick.
These are they only made 15 of these. I've got 14 and this is number 15. Metal covers. Only 15 made. Virgin covers. Virgin meaning no writing. I highly doubt that she's a virgin. But yeah, these are pretty cool. This one is even like further.
Yeah.
She got no undies on.
No undies.
So these are actually pretty valuable. Those horny comic book kids eat that shit up.
The neck beards.
Yeah. What was that? What are you barking at? I've only got a couple more comics. I got 3 more. This is Star Slayer, The Log of Jolly Roger, number 2. I showed this one before I sent it to get graded.
Yeah.
This is the first Rocketeer. He's in there.
Nice.
First appearance of Rocketeer is in this comic book. It's like a 4-page, like mini, like insert centerfold thing. Man, now I want to go listen to some Gojira. I think I already showed these. I think I already showed this, right? The first Gambit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then Devil Dinosaur.
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. They were just sitting on top of the box. Cool. Well, that's it. All my comics that came back.
Word.
Let's see what else we got. Oh shit! Watch out, though. Fucking hurt. What else we got? What else we got? I watched. Let's see. Spider-Man was last year. Ghostbusters was last year.
I kind of want to see Thy Art is Murder. I know they're coming to fucking Texas. I think there's like 1 date next year.
Oh yeah, nice.
Australian fucking the Australian death metals.
I saw. I just saw them today on TikTok. It was a whole video about them, and I was like, "Oh shit, Australian metal." That sounded pretty fucking cool too.
Yeah, they're fucking badass, dude. Oh man,
You know,
oh shit, dude. They've been out a while. Check out their album Holy War, dude.
Okay.
It's fucking insane.
I've been listening to, I can't think of the name. It's like
Actually, check out the video for Holy War.
yeah.
You want you want some fucking political statement? Check out the video for Holy War. It's fucking intense.
I don't know. Oh shit! Did not. What's their name? Oh, Thy Art Is Murder.
Thy Art Is
There it
Murder.
is. I've been listening to this Japanese metal band. I can't fucking remember their name.
There's a lot of like really good.
Yeah, dude.
metal
Like these
coming
guys,
out of
like
Japan. Like they go hard.
they had these really cool, a mix. They were kind of like mixing in a little bit of dub step with the metal, and even their own like cultural flavor to it, dude. You're getting some of those taki. I can't remember the name of it. The drumming style that they do. I was like, fuck, dude, this shit was solid. I can't remember who they were. Lydia, what are you doing?
No, there's a lot of good metal coming out of the international waters to begin with. I mean, and that's always been a thing.
Well, Japan.
Europe has always
Yeah.
been really, really good with like doing your extreme metal and all that. Japan has a fucking pretty badass metal scene.
Yeah, they had that.
From what I hear.
What was that one band that did the theme song for that Diary Killer book show? Death Note.
Oh yeah. Death Note. Yeah.
It was
I can't remember the band that did that, but yeah, this is a fucking badass song. Got a lot of progressive metal coming out of Japan.
Oh yeah. God damn it! What was the name of that? This is gonna kill me. I can't think of the fucking name. It was. I did watch. Guar had. Yeah, I haven't watched that documentary yet. Have you watched it?
Me neither. Now I haven't watched it yet, but that's one of the ones that I do want to watch.
I really want to watch that. I did watch the what was that Disney one that we were talking about?
Right, the ILM one.
Yeah, I did watch that. That was good. There's another documentary that came out recently that was about fuck. My mind went blank. I tried to think of too many things at one time.
Yeah.
Still bugging me that I can't think the name. It was like Maximum the Hormone. Maximum the Hormone. That's who does the Death Note intro.
Oh, okay.
That's who it is. I was like, fuck, it's right there. And I kept thinking Maximum Overdrive. No, it's Maximum the Hormone. Yeah, dude. I've been trying to listen to some more like other country, just rock, metal, and other types of musics, and just listening to other shit. See what those people got going on.
Yeah. Well, Thy Art Is Murder definitely has a lot of spiciness.
Oh, it's so spicy.
So spicy.
But yeah, man, that's 2022. Next time we talk again, it'll be 2023.
One more little tidbit to end off the year on.
Yeah.
In comic books, news-wise, is now there is a 7th Infinity Stone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there?
Yes. And it's a black Infinity Stone.
Interesting. I wonder what they're if they just ran out of storylines and they're like, how can we rehash this? Add another Infinity Stone.
See it. We'll see it. Yeah, we'll see it. January is supposed to bring. It's supposed to debut in Thor number 30 in January, about the origin of the Black Infinity Stone.
Okay, we'll see.
Which Thanos currently has in his possession.
Oh,
In the comic books, Thanos has the Black Infinity Stone.
trying to get all of them again.
Trying to get him.
That old.
Well, I mean, this is in the comic books, right?
Yeah.
Like, Thanos is going to attempt to get all the Infinity Stones until the end of time.
Every time.
In the comic books.
Well, in the comics, he only did it to impress Death. So, because he wanted Death to love him, and she said, "Fuck off." So,
yes,
we'll see what his
Death is connected to the Infinity Stone as well as Odin's father.
Oh, yeah. I'm wondering. I really liked the storyline in the MCU with Thanos, where he was doing it to be kind, right? That right. Whole culling half of the population.
Not just to be kind, but he was doing it to he came up with a solution for a real problem that a lot of planets were having throughout the universe, an overpopulation. And he was trying to be heroic by doing, something.
He was doing the task that no one else would take on to do, or say the things that nobody else had the balls to say. And honestly, I was like, dude, like it makes sense, because when he was telling them why he was doing it, he said, when I show up to a planet and the children are dying on the streets because there's not enough food on this planet, I made enough food for people on this planet by removing half the people off the planet. Now they can live and learn from those lessons. Like, it made sense. I thought it was a great storyline, because in the comics it was way different.
Oh, yeah.
In the dude, I love in the comics how he kills fucking Cyclops. Fucking puts his head in that box. Turns like Wolverine to jelly or some shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, Thanos was an interesting villain. He was an interesting character. Obviously in Infinity War, they really played up to that part of him, showing, the motivation behind why he was doing this stuff.
Yep.
And it's something that did make a whole lot of sense, right? There's only a couple different ways that you solve that issue, right? You either fucking create more food, or you create less people.
Yep.
Less demand on the food.
Yeah, and he, in like the part where he has like little baby Gamora, and he like turns her around so she doesn't see that they, he kills off half the population of that city or whatever. And, the pain in his eyes when he has to sacrifice her to get that Infinity Stone, like, you can see that it troubled him to do it, but he had to keep doing it. And he said, I can't stop. Yeah. The last time I stopped, shit went down and things got worse. I can't do that again. Yeah. So, dude, I really liked that MCU story, and I'm really hoping that, because
I don't think they're doing that with this new phase of the MCU. To be honest with you, I think it's not going to be as good.
I wonder. I don't know if they. I mean, look, think about bad guys, right? Like, who can they get to be? You have your obvious Galactus. You got your Doctor Doom. But other than that, like, they could bring Magneto, but he ain't a fucking ultra level bad guy against across the whole multiverse like that.
No. They're trying to do this with Kang the Conqueror.
I think Kang's only going to go halfway through.
I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's really going to work, because he's not really that well known of a villain. Unless you're a comic book nerd like us, you won't know who Kang the Conqueror is.
He's not big enough.
I would think that, the overarching villain of this of like the next couple phases really needs to be either Doctor Doom or Molecule Man, because they're the only ones that are even fucking powerful enough to take on the entire fucking Marvel superhero fucking universe.
Yeah,
Molecule Man, in my opinion, is extremely underrated as a villain. I mean, the dude can literally manipulate every single molecule in the universe. Like,
yeah,
Molecule Man could Thanos snap without even needing the fucking Infinity Stones.
yeah.
Without needing the Infinity Gauntlet whatsoever, he could completely destroy the universe. At least, I know they've like kind of retconned his powers in the comic books to make him not so powerful as he was back in the golden age of comics. But yeah, Molecule Man could literally just do that. He could wipe out the fucking universe if he wanted to.
I think, I think they're gonna end up making it probably Galactus with them bringing the Fantastic Four in 2025. Though they're gonna start introducing that, because I don't know, because you can't start introducing like Doctor Doom because he would be a good guy still up until the points.
Well, you could.
I mean,
No,
you could bring
you
Victor.
absolutely
You
could.
could bring Victor Von Doom.
Like Victor Von Doom, you could introduce Victor Von Doom, and that way his turn to Doctor Doom is that much more powerful.
Yeah, he could
when
have that
we've
whole
seen
alter
him
ego
as
side.
a good guy,
Yeah,
and then I mean, think about like, dude, that's like the Darth Vader fucking moment of the Marvel.
that's true.
Of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
They could have him being on the hero side for the next like 2 phases, and then him at the very end. You realize when he takes off the fucking mask that it's your buddy that's been with you this whole time, undermining you, and he's knowing all your plans and all the shit that you're doing. Like, yeah, I mean, it could. With them bringing Adam Warlock in as well, you know, Adam Warlock played a big part of, I believe, the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah. Adam Warlock played
And
like
Galactus.
a really big part of the Infinity War in the comic books.
Yeah, and I believe Galactus, him and Silver Surfer were like the only two that could like have enough power to hold Galactus back.
Besides, again, Molecule Man, which, like I said, is completely underutilized.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do, man.
Which is why, like in the original Secret Wars, why Doctor Doom was trying so hard to get Molecule Man to fucking be on his side in these villains versus superheroes, because even Molecule Man didn't know how fucking powerful, you know, his powers really were.
Yeah.
But Doctor Doom did, and Doctor Doom wanted that shit.
It's like the Sentry. He doesn't realize how powerful he is.
Yeah, and that's why, Doctor Doom, Doctor Doom needs to be the next big villain of the MCU. Fuck Galactus. Galactus is like Galactus is powerful because, obviously he has a piece of the power cosmic and all that stuff, and that makes him immensely powerful. But because Galactus is so powerful, and the only reason why he does any of the planet eating and all that stuff is simply to sustain himself. He's not doing it for more power.
Yeah.
He's not doing it for, to get a leg up in the universe or anything like that in the Marvel universe. His motivation is solely primal.
Yeah.
It's to sustain himself. It's to just be able to continue living. He has to suck out the energy of every single fucking planet that he comes upon or that he chooses to come upon. But that's why he sinned. But see, even Galactus has like a little bit of good in him. A lot of most Marvel Comics villains has some good in him, because he does send the heralds out there to say, hey, by the way,
your planet is scheduled for dinner.
So you might want to leave.
Yeah.
But like,
that's true.
Doctor Doom has so much ambition, that he wants the power cosmic.
Well, and he's got that, a bit of that sadomasochism in him where he gets off on,
Yeah.
his
He's a
power
super genius.
and torture.
Yeah. And he's a super genius. And, he has so much ambitions. Again, again, the Secret Wars, the original Secret Wars. He was going after Galactus's fucking ship. He wanted Galactus's power.
Yeah.
And then when he saw that there was someone, the Beyonder, that was putting this whole battle world together and all that stuff, Doctor Doom went to confront the Beyonder. He wanted his fucking powers. So, yeah, Doctor Doom really has to be the big next, big Thanos level Marvel villain.
I hope they do, man. I hope they... I heard that they were already talking about casting for Doctor Doom, so that would be cool to start... because we saw hints of Thanos back, way early on. So back when it was just CG before even Brolin was acting him. So let's start some of that up. Let's, now that we've got Bob Iger and Feige back in full control again, let's ignore these last two phases because they've been fucking terrible. And let's get back to bringing us the fucking stories that us nerds want because you're about to lose us all. God damn it.
Yeah. And, here's the thing. Marvel was sustained, like we've said in previous fucking episodes of the podcast, Marvel almost went bankrupt. The only thing that was keeping Marvel afloat was their diehard fans.
Yep.
Buying the fucking comic books, going to watch the movies. Blade really saved Marvel from going fucking bankrupt.
Marvel sold off all of their fucking characters.
Yeah.
That's the only reason Sony has Spider-Man and all those characters over there, and Universal has Hulk and all that, because Marvel had to do something to keep paying the bills and keep the lights on to keep making comics.
Yeah. Yeah.
And honestly,
Blade started it. Blade kind of helped.
Spider-Man is what made it.
Yeah.
That first Spider-Man, they said if that movie was not successful, that would have been the last of those.
Oh yeah.
Because that was a Marvel movie. There was no Disney, there was no nothing. Marvel put all their money up, and they said, "Okay, this is our one and only shot. We're blowing our load." And thank God it did good, because we wouldn't have these toys today.
Yep.
But yeah, Blade, Blade's like one of the perfect comic book movies.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Love Blade.
And people are still like, yeah, don't even remember Blade as a fucking movie, that it was a Marvel comic book movie. And it's such a travesty.
Some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill.
Fucking Wesley Snipes, dude.
Dude, they had it all, man. Deacon Frost, such cool, badass movie, man. Guillermo del Toro did part 2, right? Yeah, he did the monsters, and he did part 2 with this fucking crazy ass with the vampire eaters.
Yeah, exactly. The one thing that vampires are afraid of.
Bigger vampires.
Yeah. That trilogy was still great. I mean, love it or hate it, I still love the Blade trilogy.
Oh yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. It's awesome. But yeah, we've had a pretty eventful year. It's 2023 is gonna be packed, man. The movie slate right now is fucking packed. Kicks it off around February-ish, I believe, with Ant-Man. Is your first MCU movie, and then from there we're gonna get a shitload of movies.
Yeah,
you know what movie, real quick before we check out for the year? I want to watch The Fabelmans, man. I haven't watched it yet.
That new Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, his biopic type thing.
Yeah.
It's got Paul Dano, I believe, playing.
Oh, yeah. Well, don't forget about Oppenheimer.
Well, that's next year. That's in July.
Yeah.
That's July next year. So yeah, no, that shit is definitely getting watched. That trailer was legit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to see The Fabelmans, man. That looks like a really good movie. Really good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got this year, man. That's it. The year's almost over. 5 days.
Yes, that is it.
I'll be in San Antonio.
2022
Friday.
is almost in the books. And that's it for the Pop Culture Kick podcast for 2022.
Got 5.
This is our last episode of the season. Sorry I couldn't get Scarlett Johansson. She backed out at the
Last minute, she was like pulling into the driveway, and she said, "I got something else to do," and she turned around and left. I chased her down the street. I tried.
Right.
You know, it just didn't happen. So you got 5 days of the year left in the year. Don't fuck it up. Be good. Be kind. Quit gatekeeping. Let's do 2023 with less gatekeeping, please. Stop being a bunch of bitches, okay? Just enjoy the shit. Yep. Have fun.
Let people enjoy what they enjoy as long as it's not hurting anybody. Let them enjoy it. And, you know, if you're one of those people that wants to be a gatekeeper, keep your fucking opinions to yourself.
Gatekeep yourself.
Stop it.
Because, look, we really don't care.
If you're thinking, hey, you shouldn't listen to that band because they're super obscure and they're really, really fucking good, but I don't want anybody else listening to them except me.
I was their original fan. You guys don't deserve them. You're only here because they played 8 bars of a song in a show.
On a TikTok.
Yeah.
Right? Like in a TikTok or, on a show, The Stranger Things with your masters of puppets.
Yeah, that's like my...
Get the fuck out of here. Let people just enjoy it. You know, let a new generation of people discover Metallica.
Or anything else. Like,
just, you know, leave the load and fucking reload. The fucking... Leave some of those. Bury some of those albums.
You know, quit being douches to one another. Quit hating on, like...
Stop complaining about the fucking snare tone on the Saint Anger
album. I love the Saint Anger album, dude.
That shit was fucking good.
Saint Anger was the shit.
Shut up. It's not their best writing. Like, it's not their best songwriting or anything.
They just got sober. That's their first album, not drunk or stoned. Like, come on.
Like, give them a fucking break. At least they were trying to do something different.
They had to learn how to play their...
snare tone is not the worst.
They had to learn how to play their instrument sober for once. Come on.
God, fucking Lars Ulrich still has never learned how to play his instrument.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what, dude, it just... You know...
When I can list off... when I can list off, like, 5 dead drummers that are fucking way better than fucking Lars Ulrich, like... off the top of my head, and it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, but at his age, the speed he's still playing, though.
I don't know, dude. I'm not in love with that Lux Eterna.
I like it.
So,
I like it.
I'm not in love with it.
I tell you what, though. You know who I saw the other day? He's on TikTok now. Lead singer of.
Everybody's on fucking TikTok now.
Oh, God damn it.
Like your boy Chris Barnes is fucking probably on TikTok still getting fucking roasted for the
What the fuck's the name of that band? Old school band, dude. The guy's neck's like just fucking huge from headbanging for 40 years.
Hey, you talking about fucking George Fisher? Fucking Corpse Grinder from
Yeah, that thick neck motherfucker from headbanging for 40 years.
I fucking love that guy.
Yeah, he's all over TikTok now, dude. He's got his own channel, and he's like...
It's so fucking wholesome, man.
He goes into a fucking, like, Walmart, and he walks on the toy aisle.
Hey, he's buying fucking toys.
And he's like, look how cute this little toy is. He's like, look at this fucking thing. Look at...
Yeah, dude.
His fucking neck's, like, just from doing this for 40 years, dude, is...
Well, he used to be a bodybuilder too. Like he was like back in the day, like early.
He got
Cannibal Corpse
no
after
neck.
he had like just joined Cannibal Corpse after Chris Barnes left. Like he was lifting and shit. Like he did a lot of that stuff. But yeah,
his
dude,
neck's the same thickness as his head. It just goes straight down. It's like a tube.
Yeah, dude. They're fucking badass live too. I saw him open up for Slayer.
Yeah,
they're fucking amazing.
Yeah, but I love his fucking TikTok where he goes in and he just plays with stuffed animals and toys and shit. He's like, this one makes cool machine gun noises.
Oh yeah, dude. Nah, he's so wholesome, man.
Yeah. It was
Oh yeah.
I thought that was fucking hilarious though.
And like I've got like coworkers and shit that like told me that they've like fucking hung out with him and shit at festivals and stuff, and he's just like the nicest person.
Yeah. It was pretty sweet. But anyway, yeah.
And he's a big World of fucking Warcraft fucking fan too, because you can see on his fucking arm he's got the
fucking symbol. Yeah.
Symbol thing. Yeah, dude.
I saw that. But anyway, I'm Nick Zilla.
I'm Mark Becker.
This is Pop Culture Kick Podcast. Signing out 2022 season finale. Make good choices if you want. Pay the consequences if you don't.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Don't make mistakes.
Don't get caught.
And Happy New Year.
Yes.
What is the most unattractive male first name in the English language?
What you just said, Keith, is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Most of all, fuck you!
That's all, folks.